The three most relevant SDGs in Switzerland is gender inequality, inequality within the country, and sustainable consumption. For women's inequality, there is a ton of issues, but the biggest one is the sexual assault rates. Amnesty International made a report on the legislation and assault rates. It says that 1 in 5 women were assaulted, 8% report, and only 25% of the cases taken to court are convicted. And there was a survey taken of why people don't report. 62% say that there's no justice, that they won't be able to win, which is obvious with a conviction rate. And 51% say they're not sure they had a right to report. I think the biggest way of solving this issue is amending the legislation. It is extremely outdated. And Amnesty International made a report, an 11-page report, on what's outdated and what it needs to do to improve the legislation. And the second way of dealing with this issue is increasing awareness of sexual assault and how to report and what they should do to report, and to make people comfortable with reporting. Indicators of whether these solutions work is looking at the percentage of assaults, reports, and convictions. The second one is inequality within the country. I think the biggest inequality in the country is voting representation. 25% of the country are non-citizens, and that percentage is only rising because Switzerland is bringing in workforce for specialized jobs because of the aging population. A few cantons allow for these non-citizens to vote. Jura and Neuchâtel are two examples of this. The solution is to get legislation passed on the federal levels and on the canton levels to allow this 25% of the population to vote. This is a difficult process due to how the government works, because the people continually vote this down. So this would also need a campaign to increase the awareness of this issue and what it means that 25% of the population can't vote. Indicators of this working is the percentage of cantons that pass this bill, and most of all, how much participation there is for these foreign non-citizens. The last goal is sustainable consumption. Switzerland has one of the highest rates of waste, throwing away 70 kilograms of waste per person per year. This is 3 times the consumption on average in the EU, and there is 30% less recycling. There is 100 kilograms of plastic waste and only 25% of it is recycled. 82% of papers and cardboards are recycled, and only 68% is processed. In Switzerland, they don't bury trash anymore. They only burn it. So there's a huge impact on the air quality. Ways of creating change is making companies use more sustainable packaging or less packaging, collecting more quality PET so that it can be recycled, educating people on waste and how to reduce waste. Indicators of this working would be air pollution and air quality, kilograms of waste per person per year, and the rates in which things are recycled.